This is Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, and I wanted to talk about regenerative agriculture, how regenerative agriculture is because of the inclusion of cows in your system. And I don't think I can talk about just the cows. I need to talk about the anaerobic microbiology, and fungi and bacteria, protozoas, nematodes. They grow in the soil and are in the cow's rumen and in their feces. And I also want to go back and check on our mangoes. So I'm going to walk all the way to the back of the property and try to be clear and say things that are not discussed, which seems to be what I do in agriculture. The stuff that's not researched. There's a lot of it, and it's pretty much common knowledge, and all the like soil health stuff that you don't want. Anaerobic microbiology, and there's like scant studies, but the studies they do on anaerobic microbiology in soil is like they do studies on what grows in compacted soil, anaerobic soil. I don't even need to know to do this study, because I know that in compacted soil your pH isn't correct for your growing your plants, and therefore the type of microbiology that's in the soil is not going to be the microbiology that will be plant growth promoting microbiology. It will be plant disabling microbiology. So I don't even need to look at that. So why are you even looking at that and publishing something so stupid? It's just how I feel. I don't know why I know these things, but I think it's my diet has something to do with it. Eating food from our property, and I don't know, eating the intelligent microbes that we grow, because we focus on soil health, true soil health. And but I see lots of stories and videos on do-good on farmers setting out to do regenerative agriculture, but they don't explain what they're doing. It's very surprising. It seems like that's where we're at as a species. We just talk in circles and are unable to find true solutions and relay them to other people. And I think that's because of the diet. It's because of the food we eat is designed around killing anaerobic microbiology, because of the fungicides and the water-soluble fertilizers, both organic and conventional, the copper sprays, even the Omri ones. Those are horrible, and they kill microbiology. You can't do that and be successful growing with nature. It's impossible. And I think the cow has to be discussed, because I don't eat meat. I think cows are far more important than just to be looked at as meat. And I know that all the known regenerative farming, the long-term known regenerative farming, it is evolved around the cow. So Biodynamics and Gabe Brown and Alan Savory. All those are successful and known and well documented ways of regenerating soils. So it seems like we've gotten to where they found out you can make products from, because they used to think that the stuff in the cow's stomach was protozoas, and in fact they were fungi, and they just kind of recently learned that, like within the last 20 years. And so they found out that they are degraders. And so they're developing products around a additive they can give to the feed. When the whole answer to the whole cycle is the feed are all the plants, not something you make. That's something processed. And what they fail to say, and I know it's true, is that the fungi and microbiology in the cow's stomach comes from the food they eat. I mean, it's not part of the cow. Where in the hell do you think it comes from? So it's growing inside and on the plants they should be consuming. So then when they deposit their dung, it's full of all this soil health microorganisms, the anaerobic microorganisms that they've all been saying not to culture. Well, I know from my own little experiments that I can get fungi to grow in liquid. So I'm fairly certain that it's the anaerobic stuff you want. And yeah, you don't want the pH. You don't want to compact your soil, because the pH will change, and then you won't, the anaerobic fungi that's in the cow's manure will not grow well in the compacted soil. So you really have to stay off of it. Humans forgot how to observe things, and for some reason we've forgotten how to think. And it's really because of the food. I just can't believe that there's so many evil people and people that just are crazy and want to destroy just because they can't understand the processes of nature. And I know when I step outside my door, I take a breath of air, I talk to the air here at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm, but I'm talking to everything. And if we start removing all the nature, then you're not going to really have that spirituality to talk into. It's just crazy that we do that we've turned citrus groves that used to be once beautiful are now dangerous to walk in here in Florida. I mean, it's just really sad. So the reason why Rudolph Steiner's stuff is so amazing is because they knew about fermentation back then, and people used to know that cow manure was how you grew plants for food, but we were able to make cow manure toxic to plants. And therefore it's just, you're advised not to use it, which is crazy. So he took the manure, the fresh manure of the horned cow, lactating, holistically grown cow, you know, grass-fed cow that's not given any of the modern pollutants that they give cows today via feed or via shot or via paste or via spray, any of them. Holistically grown, clean cows, grass-fed cows. And he does all these preps and he shoves them in the horn and he buries them in anaerobic conditions. I kind of didn't understand. I know it works because that's why I do it, because it worked. That's the first time I saw something work like that actually built soil, was after I sprayed Biodynamic Prep 500 in the unmowed grass here in Florida. I actually had soil aggregation right on top of the soil, just where it's supposed to be, that was supposedly impossible to do on sand. All this stuff that everyone despises and wants to thinks it's competing with their tree. The only thing competing with your tree's success would be you. Your inability to understand natural systems and the inputs you use on them and your practices. Sure, yeah, you can chop and drop all this stuff here and you would get some growth probably if you didn't have a completely fungal dominant system like we have. When I chop and drop, it doesn't do anything, but eventually, yeah, it goes fungal, because hopefully it's inoculated with the anaerobic microbiology that grows inside the plant cells of the plant. So it's already in the plant. That's how it gets the nutrients, and it gets water delivered to its system. It's not like a football. They don't throw it across great distances. They might. They probably do, actually. I shouldn't say that. The ions go through the air in a healthy system. For sure. Yeah. But when you chop up all this carbon and you get fast growth, or you use urea or something, and it's everything grows super fast, or you overload nutrients from too much cow manure or something. I don't know if that's the way you want to develop making a plant grow fast. I think possibly if we just left it alone and started paying attention to the anaerobic microbiology that grows in the soil, that grows in the stomach of a cow, and that is in the manure they excrete. Start studying those fungi by running cows through the system and staying off of it. You could take huge swaths of land, polluted, nasty citrus areas, and plant seeds into the groves, and just leave the citrus there and change the system. Run cows through it, plant seeds, run cows through it again. You probably have to put some screens around your young trees, but it would be a lot cheaper than, I'm sure, than all the poisons that you're using to kill the fungi in the soil, in your compacted soil. Because I see that you mow the strips like we do our pathway in between your citrus, and it's kind of impossible to not change the pH when you do that. So, I mean, it's just so low functioning that people still are doing this in Florida agriculture. When all they have to do is, how many burgers do people, I mean, that's the #1 food in America. And don't you think that if we started running the cows through our citrus groves and planting tropical fruit trees in those groves, and that's all you have to do, that the meat from these cows and the citrus or the tropical fruit trees would flourish and thrive? I mean, I've kind of shown that you don't have to water anything in Florida. I don't really go over the trees all the time because I get bored doing that, and I like showing the whole system and trying to explain to people what's going on and how important the cow is for regenerative agriculture and how it has to be included, because the fact that we eat so many of them. You can't feed a cow a feed that is toxic to the soil and expect the cow to provide a meat that's healthy for you. It just doesn't work like that. It's all one system. The anaerobic fungi that's in the cow's gut, that's in the soil, is probably the same anaerobic microbiology that's in our guts, or should be. Look at these mangoes. It looks like somebody got them all. So it looks like somebody picked them all. No way. No, there's one. But most of them are gone. They're over there. No, they're there. How did I think somebody picked them? Oh, thank God. So these little mangoes, somebody's been eating this one, I see. Somebody was like trying to steal my mangoes, the creatures. These are ice cream mangoes. They're the second crop. I just picked 7 mangoes off our coconut cream tree yesterday. And that was our second crop on those. And these still look like they have a ways to go. People get freaked out when they see stuff like this on their mangoes. That's natural, people. That's what happens. There's a lot of fungi in these trees when I buy them. Because today's agriculture kind of does everything wrong with tropical fruit trees. Which is why I don't talk on Tropical Fruit Forum anymore, because the owners of that are definitely not friends of the environment. I'm sure. Just because it's just, I don't know, all this stuff that is not discussed in agriculture is the stuff that is regenerative agriculture. I'm biodynamic. I know you think biodynamic people are crazy in Florida, but the crazy seems to work. You know, Rudolph Steiner's stuff is because of the anaerobic microbiology. I know that I grow fungi in our horn manure in water, so I know that the fungi that's in that, I'm fairly certain, is the fungi that's in our oak trees, that grows inside our oak trees and doesn't kill them, provides nutrients for them. We just got to do something here in Florida. We're reaching like tipping point, I think, and maybe we've already reached it. But I know that my community, the tropical fruit growers, the tropical fruit growers for Florida, could fix it, and the cow people could fix it too. Because they work together. You can't really do it without the cows. I firmly believe that. It's about the grass-fed beef and then planting your plant into it. And don't think that you know what you're doing, because obviously modern agriculture doesn't, when they don't even discuss the microbiology that grows inside their food. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Anaerobic microbiology is good for agriculture at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. Have a good day.